story so forever.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live broadcast. My name is Josh. You've got to bear with me because I'm going to try and book another flight here quickly. If you're new here, my name is Josh. Did I say that already? I'm running on cortisol and adrenaline right now. I'm not sleeping, but I feel great. This is going to come to a crashing halt soon. And it's a shame you all can't join me to see that come off the rails eventually. So we are, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm so totally out of my mind now. I don't even know what to say. That's not the problem. The problem is my head is like vacant right now. I just can't even get a clear thought in my head. Welcome, everybody. You're going to have to deal with this today. I'm not stopping, but I am a mess, and I can't find my own broadcast either, and I don't even know if I'm live. This is crazy.
Now,
this is the old school Josh. You know what it is? It's the angle of the computer, Spencer. No. I blame myself. I haven't been sleeping very much, everybody. I'm going to try and book this flight and see if I can get it for July 30th. So yeah, if you're new here, my name is Josh, co-founder of List Easier Artificial Intelligence, which drives List Easier, the document. We are on the road to listing $100 million worth of product to the eBay platform. We have 2 accounts live. We will have more, and we will list onto other platforms as well. But for now, specifically eBay, as we build this monster, let's see if we get this day. This is probably not too thrilling for everybody to watch me try and book this, but if I don't get it, it is what it is. Okay, here we go. Cross our fingers. Raw speaker not available. Right on. So try another. So what are we going to talk about today? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about today? I'm in rough shape. I don't think I've had a live like this. I'm so off right now. Okay, let's just talk about the numbers. We'll go straight to the numbers. Nothing's really changed in the past 24 hours. We've been listing. I think $12,000 for the product has been listed in the past 24 hours, but let's get right into the numbers. That's really the only thing that's changed. Also, we had an agreement signed or closed yesterday. This morning we had an agreement closed. So that's big news. And dude, I am just soaking wet in sweat again. So I don't know what the hell's going on with me, but I'm not myself. We're live with 2 accounts. Let's Easier Records, Let's Easier Books. List Easier Books is the busy one right now. So head over to List Easier Books. You can see us, watch us do our thing, like us as a seller, save us as a seller. And you'll see a lot of this kind of stuff. And you can keep track of us if you so desire. We have a total of 40,133 listings. This is actually really big because I think this crosses my max listings ever. I'm going to say yes. So on my own personal account, the max number of listings that I've ever had, and where is everybody? They're coming in now. The max number of listings that I've ever had is 40,080, I think, but it could have been 40,180. Either way, it doesn't matter. We'll split the difference and we'll say, yes, this has surpassed the number of listings, the most number of listings that I've ever done on my own personal account. So that is monster. Because it took me 5 years to do that. And we've done that here now in less than 6 months. So just goes to show you the productive capability of the software. And also, I don't think it's not been as crazy difficult. Should send me that iMac. It's an empty box, Scott. That box is empty. That box is empty. That's the new computer that we got because the other one broke. So that box is sitting up there, I think, in case we have to return it and something goes wrong, but I don't think it will. It'll probably end up in the garbage at some point. So yeah, we surpassed my account. Total dollar amount listed, $1,085,968.49. So on our way to that 1.1, but this is really the big number here. Total days live, 172 days live, so under 6 months. And total revenue, $75,532.57. Slow day for sales yesterday across the board, including my own personal account. Was your personal account slow too, or no? Yeah, it was slow across the board. Slow on every account across the board. So slow day yesterday. It's raining here, or the sun's just starting to come out now. There's a baseball game tonight. I'm assuming that that's going to get canceled. But this is going to be a wrestle for me because I just feel like I'm blankly staring at the screen and my brain is certainly somewhere else. It's thinking of other things. Like I feel like I'm lost today. So it's going to be a struggle, but we're going to get through it. Committed to doing this. The topic for today, over 40. Over 40 is that we're over 40,133 listings. I do think this is a big milestone for me personally. Hey, Matchless Media, good to see you. I do think this is a big personal milestone for me because I broke my back to get to 40,000 listings over the course of 5 years, working all the time. I was always working. I was doing the thing that everybody else did, making sacrifices on sleep, on health, on, not eating properly just to squeeze in a few more listings. And I did that for years and years and years and years. And it is a little bit, it humbles you a little bit when you see that software can do the thing that took you 5 years with all the sacrifice and everything else. The software can do it in a matter of less than 6 months. So I think that is, it's kind of mind-blowing, and I think that this will allow us to scale. Please hit the like button today. We only have 29 people in here. Usually we have a lot more than that. So I don't know, nice weather, summer, or what's going on, or if someone else is on, but that's okay, because this is how today's going to be. Today's going to kind of be like this. Tim, good to see you. Welcome. Okay. I'm going to go to the chat. This is a lot going on right now. M. Cole says, good morning. Good morning to you, M. Cole. Rob Special Interest says, hello. Hello, Rob. Good to see you from the UK. Mike Seller says, good morning, Josh and chat. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you. Diane Matthews says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Diane. We'll send you the box, Scott, if you want. Mike Seller says, what is the general feeling out there about eBay's traffic stats? I don't believe them, but can't seem to ignore them. I ignore them. I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't really matter because it's not something I can control. That's my feeling with eBay's traffic stats. So first things first, they will publish stats, then they'll reconcile them a little bit later on. So the immediate read is already incorrect because they have to reconcile it later. But I just don't care because there's nothing I can do about it. So I already know what the optimal promotional rate is. I already know that List Easier is optimizing for views, for rank, onsite and offsite. So that's all we can do there. We're listing the best product we can find. What else can I do? So for the rest, I'm like, it just doesn't matter. Because then you'll just get into the day-to-day of how things are going. I just don't feel like, that sort of... What's up, Josh? Glad to catch you live. Good to see you here. Tim Halcomb says, hello, all. Good to see you. Software and Spencer. Yeah, Spencer is, that's why we call her Spencer the Oracle. Even though she says she ignores everything I said, I know she heard that. Scott says, software caught you fast and only listing 4 days a week. Yeah. Your store was built on a 7 day a week grind. I know, Scott, I know. And it is, I mean, you notice I just I can't place anyone in that zone that I was in. So we're going to call that the last 4 years. And one of the things that was really going on was just building that business and working all the time amongst like a million other things. But yeah, you're grinding for every extra listing. You're like, oh, I got 33 today. I got 52 today. I got 54 today. And that's done in seconds now. So it's a whole other ball game. Yeah. And it was not sustainable. I couldn't keep going like that. And still, just getting to that point was the point where you could maybe hire someone. I was like, okay, I think I can hire someone. Everything's a mess at the time. And by everything, I mean everything. I'm like literally rebuilding a life. But also, I've got places all over the place. Oh, yeah, 10 storage lockers there. They got to be cleaned out in 2 days. Warehouse over there. Crap in the basement. Like, it was just all over the place. Everything was everywhere. So how do you bring someone into that to help you? But I had to go through all that, and I'm very thankful for it. So, yeah. Sales are awesome. Life is great. That's awesome. Short and prompt. That is awesome. Aloha, aloha. Good to see you, Bridget. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Scott says, all your grinding made me feel guilty. I wasn't working hard enough. Then I decided you were insane. I had to, though, Scott. I had to grind like that. And thank you by the way, for populating the chat so that I can get me through this. I know since you're a content creator, you're recognizing the signs and symptoms of this where you just show up like a blank slate. Sometimes that happens. Lack of sleep and having a million things going on definitely don't help. I'm hoping I can cure myself of this before tomorrow morning because I have to fly tomorrow. But I kind of had to because I needed to scale the business to get the revenues to the point where I was, things were comfortable again. And I think you get into this point where you know that you have to reinvest in your business in order to grow it. And without the software, and the thing is that other companies have had this software, other, larger businesses, enterprise customers, like larger businesses, they Music Magpies, they've had access to this kind of software for a long, long time. In order for us to break the mold, because that stuff is very expensive, we just had to work all the time. And that was the prevailing logic and probably the correct logic when it came to the influencers who were acting as de facto gurus on what to do, because that's what worked for them. It's basically whoever grinds the hardest wins. So I was, I bought that hook, line, and sinker. But I don't think it's the right way because it's unsustainable. So what are you going to do? You're just going to work your life away? It's not the way to go. Star Setter says Primo and Spam are twin flames. I don't think so. I think they're probably soulmates. Twin flames is a different thing, I think. Bearded Picker says, Bearded Picker says, tell Primo to check out his text I sent. Spam says, we don't get wrapped up or look at the traffic numbers at all. No, I don't either. Just did. Aloha Booper says Spam. Like says hello. Spam says fire and stars to Star Setter. Yeah, but Star Setter, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Um, yeah, I'm not going to talk about this today. I'm not in the place for that, but it's a, trust me, it's a different thing. Um, Scott says you seem to be out of mental energy. Scott, my brain is somewhere else. My brain is completely preoccupied with other things right now. Completely preoccupied. It's like almost it's at all times. It's all that's on my mind at every single second of the day, and it just won't break. So I can't sleep or anything, and it just won't. It keeps looping and looping, and probably this isn't helping. Let's be honest. Probably not helping, but I am. Yeah, I am. I just feel preoccupied. So even sitting here, I am. My brain is somewhere else, and it's on the same thing, and it's looping over and over and over and over and over, and it will not break. It will not break at all. So I need it to break so that, and it's not going to. Scott says, I've been trying to put processes in place to take out the daily decisions to protect my mental energy for important stuff each day. Yeah. And the processes are definitely important because they're repeatable and other people can do them. So I always think of construction when I was working in construction, and it would be like the Portuguese construction worker would bring his son who would just be starting. And the goal is for the dad to show the son how to work. But it just turned out to the kid would be watching and standing around, and the guy would be working twice as hard. Basically, look what I can do. That's not the situation you want to have. You want to have some processes that are very, very repeatable and streamlined. Dave is good at setting up processes like that, and it honestly makes everything better. No one wants to pick and pack in a disaster like I had. No one wants to like work through frustrating stuff over and over and over and over again. Just picture if you have your own frustrating things going on in your life, and then you got to go to work, which is nonstop source of frustration. And really good bulletproof processes make that a lot better. Spam Banshee says you need a Gatorade. Dude, take a nap. It's not, I doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's not about that. Short and Prompt says those sales look good. We're getting there. We had a slow one. We had a slow one yesterday. I had a slow one on my own account as well. So still melting over here, says Rob. Mike Seller says, we need a rant to get you fired up. Please. Yeah. Please. Please. I'm just going to be honest. Like you got these times, and I hate even hearing this out of my mouth, but just sometimes your mind is somewhere else. And there's sometimes it's just something that's so important and pressing. And then that is what takes over. I don't know if anybody else has that, but it will permanently take over. I do not get tired, like, especially with this. I will not get tired. I will not, it just never stops. It's unrelenting. It's like, it's always there. So omnipresent. And that's, you just zone out. You're just somewhere else. Like, my brain is also somewhere else. Where are our brains, Lag? Where did they go? M. Cole says, Josh, go play a round of golf. Always helps me. It's raining right now. I was going to book a round the other day. So here's the thing. The course that I really, really like is where I'm learning to fly. So the idea was if from 7 till 8:30, if that's the time in the air, then afterwards I could do a round of golf and then get here in time, but it doesn't really work. Sometimes they extend the schedules. I haven't really played much. It's been too busy. I haven't really played much this year, and I'm okay with it, actually. It's just doing other things with sports and back at the gym, all those other things. Lag says, let us know what you think, but unfortunately, it just can't happen. Like, I often work on many things at once in my head. Sometimes verbalizing, it breaks the thought ice. No, this time Take a lorazepam. Get out of here, bro. What are you talking about, Primo? No, this time is Record Crate Adam says, "Hey Josh, Nico says hi and she sends love." I'm guessing Nico is the cat, not Nico from Long Island. Rob says, "I've stopped using my brain. Just ask Chat GPT, laugh out loud." Sometimes I've had a lot of conversations with AI over the past couple days as I move through a few things right now, but yeah. Half Beaks Fish says, sales were slowing down last week. I started listing heavy and they were picking back up. List. We had a banger start to the week. The weekend was a banger. The start of the week was a banger. I think it's just really today or yesterday that slowed down a little bit. For us anyway. Short and Prompt says, honestly, what helps is lifting weight or a hard run. Yeah, I was lifting yesterday. I went to the gym late yesterday. I did back and shoulders. It felt good. I really feel good. I'm happy that I'm there, but I'm losing my mind. Our run Lundy Reno. No, brother. Don't even start with that. I believe the term is obsession. Mike Seller says, after 172 days, you have earned a day off. I'm not taking a day off. I have a day off on Saturday and Sunday. We're not taking a day off from this. We are committed. We are doing this 100%. 100%. Spam Banshee says, is there anything you can do about it, or is it in someone else's hands? You guys are pressing me. I think it's just, I don't know what's going on. But you guys got me in the hot seat. I'm only 20 minutes into this. I still have 40 minutes left to go. I'm in the hot seat. I'm sweating. You guys are all over me right now. Mike says, our Record Crate Adam says, hi, Mike. Aloha, Spam. Mike Seller says, hi, Adam. I hope you are well. Record Crate says, hi to every. Hi. Everybody's saying hi. Matchless is laughing. Thank you. Appreciate you guys for that. Okay, so we closed a deal this morning. Maybe I'll talk about that for a little bit. We closed a deal this morning. I think this was pretty much a done deal. This was going to happen. This is for some research and development that we're working on right now. There are a lot of moving parts in this deal. It's been going on for a long time. One of the moving parts was open for a little bit. It was just a matter of, it's going to take time for it to close. That deal has closed. So that is really going to help us with production and also some of our research and development. I know that devs are working on releases. I know that's happening and that's ongoing. Customer support has been not too bad, honestly. People seem to be just doing their thing, getting their listings up. Help us help you. I want you to help me. Beer King Cracker says hello. Rob Sashantra says it's okay if you want to go early. You do show up every single day. No, I'm good. I'm definitely good. We're just grinding through it all, man. We grind through it all. Lag says my physical brain is currently on back order right now. That's awesome. So there are a lot of, I think, execution heavy things that are happening in the background that should come together over the next few months, specifically over the next month. The listing is going to continue on and on and on. We have so much stuff, it's not even funny. And I think this new deal that we're working on is really going to double down on that. I think, do we have a line on that stuff? The stuff for that?
Oh, yeah.
But enough, though?
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest concern, is that it doesn't.
Half the price we paid before if we buy it.
But can they can they fulfill that? Like,
they have a 100,000 square foot warehouse.
oh wow, yeah. So that's
They're not
awesome.
small. Full, by the way. They're not just looking at empty space.
Some of the
And there's 4 companies that I know of that have that.
I know of one,
Yeah.
and I'm not super thrilled with them.
The first one you talked about?
Yes, yeah, way back though.
They're the best one.
Are they the best one?
Yeah.
They're kind of local. I think they're out of New Jersey or New York or
Yeah,
something.
they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Helps the freight.
Yeah.
The other one's out of.
There's one in California.
There's one in Long Island too. They were pretty good.
Yes, there's one in Long Island. Yeah. There's one in California, I think, because you said it.
Yeah, that one's expensive to freight, but half the price. Actually, that would then be a quarter of the price.
Black Sheep Brad, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Says present, good to see you. Lag says, my favorite part of business is research and development to the point of that's all I want to do. It's the most interesting. The thing is with research and development, Lag, is it takes a long time and it's expensive. And I think that between the 3 or 4 of us, 4 of us here, we're smart enough to make sure that this thing is going to work. It's very capital intensive, very time intensive to build these systems. And then it's, there are some unknowns, but yeah, when you get into like the process of just listing and putting stuff up and doing this and that, and the regular activities that you do every single day, it is fun to innovate and do things that nobody's ever done before, or take things that people have done before and make them lots better. So that, yeah, I really enjoy that. Mattress Media says, are we able to chat about sourcing, locating bulk lots, as I'm struggling to find enough to feed the machine consistently? Any tips? On bulk buying, Matchless, I think, in my opinion, the best thing to do is to just build relationships with people, is to get out there and just start meeting people, just start talking to people. Tony Robbins is like a motivational speaker, but he always says that you find the things that you're looking for in life. So he's like, go out and look for brown things. And then you look, you're like, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown. And you come back, you say, I saw all the brown things. He goes, how many red things do you see? And the person says, none. And then they go back and they see lots of red things. So in life, you will find the things that you're looking for. So I think with inventory, it's just that constant looking and trying and looking and trying and looking and trying. When I found all those stereo views, I had been dealing with that guy for like 6 months until that deal worked out. And he's like, oh yeah, if you go here to the back, I've got all this other stuff, make me an offer and it's yours. That was the biggest deal of my life. It was huge. It was massive. So I do think that the biggest thing is just getting out there. So the lower friction that it is, the lower friction that it is, the more people are going to be doing it. So if you do all your sourcing online, which is nothing wrong with that, but you're competing against more people will be doing the online sourcing because it's a low barrier to entry.
Not for bulk.
Dave disagrees. Come on, Dave. Grab a seat.
I don't leave my living
Come
room.
grab a seat, Dave.
I don't leave my living room.
Yeah, but I've always just, the best way is really just get out there. Just get out there looking, asking. If you went to a flea market and just asked every single vendor, if let's say you sold, I don't know what, pick video games, and you're like, every single one of them, I'm looking for bulk video games. One of them is going to turn up with something. And again, like Dave is saying, yeah, it's easy to find if you online. We do a lot of sourcing online. But then also, what's your threshold? Like, we'll buy an entire truckload full. What are you looking for? But I always find that just getting out there and meeting people and talking to people is a good start, and it's fun, and it gets you out of the house, and it teaches you about communicating with others and making deals and closing deals and everything else. So to me, it's getting out there is a big one. Cesar Nunes says, unbelievable, charging tariffs on something made in Germany in 1960. I get charged tariffs on stuff made in the USA. It is what you know what I mean. Like, thank you, spam. Appreciate the question to keep me rolling here. Is there anything you would have done differently if you started this List Easier journey all over again? I probably would have tried to get 50% ownership. Maybe that's about it. He's not even laughing. He says he would have tried to give me less. No, I think it's been pretty incredible. If I had to do one thing all over again, like for me personally, I'm not going to speak for them, probably wouldn't have wasted so much time with some of the accelerators and incubators. Maybe needed to figure that out on my own, but we would get into these accelerators and incubators, which was a lot of work, meeting with people, blah, 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 all this work. And then you get in and it's like they have, it's not really what you're looking for. You're moving in a fast-paced environment, looking to grow. They're looking to match you with people who, I don't know, want to teach you about like community interactions or, government relations or something. Like, none of this stuff matters. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's a colossal waste of time. So you think you're getting into this accelerator and they're going to unlock some secret knowledge. Like, hey, here's the thing you need to do. But it's not. It's a lot of it was a waste of time. So probably that would be one that I would have not done. We spent a lot of time with an insurance company, going through medical tests and doing this, that, and the other thing. I think that was a colossal waste of time, honestly, if I look back on it. But those just small things like that, I don't regret the direction at all. I don't regret any of the things that we've done up to this point. We've had some pretty cool experiences and done some pretty incredible things. List Easier came at the right time, and I think it was what everybody needed at the right time, and it's exciting, it's cutting edge and everything else. One hard decision for me was to check out of my own business because I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into that. It was a time where I was going through a lot of personal development. So all that is kind of wrapped up together, and I had to look at the whole kit and caboodle and just say, it's over, because there's no future for it. So I'm looking at that business and saying, that got me here, but the time is over because it's not going to grow. It's not going to be, it's not going to carry me anywhere. It's not going to do any of the stuff. It is over for it. So say goodbye, cut it out, and move on. And that's, that was, I think, I don't even know if it was a hard decision, really. I'm more pissed off that I can't move it quicker than anything else. Whatever it is, I've seen Josh this in his head. Welcome to the club. Thank you, Lag. Appreciate you. Short and Prompt says, do CD and books. What do you mean, do CD and books? Do CD and books. That sounds like a German command. Do CD and books. Nico runs the shop. Nice, Adam. Lag, I'm skipping you as I just don't want to turn it into that. Landshark Picker says, if you are looking for something and you find it, it will always be in the last place you look. I remember when I was first doing this and I was like, I can never find any big deals, but I wasn't actually looking because I probably couldn't have done a big deal when I was doing storage lockers. And I hate that whole part of my business now. I look back at all that. I'm like, that was just out of control. Like, what the heck was I even doing? But I was in it, and that's what I was looking for. So that's what I was finding. And I just had like these memories of like 10 of these things. and they're like, you got to get this thing cleaned out by the end of the day. And I'm like, I just don't want to be here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just got to keep going. I don't know what the point of this is, but I remember feeling all those emotions and just like, I just got to keep going and keep grinding through. Man, storage lockers is crazy. What was I doing? Everybody saying hi. Like says, it looks like it's going to be Shark Tank, but ends up being politics. Incubators just slow you down. Yeah, so we got kind of tapped on the shoulder, I want to say, for South by Southwest. And that was I had my hopes like really high on that one. I think I screwed it up because a lot of those companies that apply for South by Southwest, they hire people to like polish their resume, so to speak. So polish their pitch, polish that, all this other stuff. And I'm like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And we didn't get it. And probably we shouldn't have anyway, looking back. But stuff like that, because it just takes so much time. You're rebuilding pitch decks all the time. They're all asking for the same information, but in a different way. And then when you finally get hold of it, so we had one where they wanted, for our research and development, they were willing to pay 50% of the research and development. Well, that sounds like a great thing. So we are doing research and development. So instead of us paying 100%, we'll get the incubator pay 50% through the grant. We'll pay the other 50%. Great deal. Well, it turns out that once we went through all this paperwork and running around, when we finally got into the incubator, the research lab was in Drummondville, Quebec. Well, that doesn't help us. So that's like 12 hours away, I think. I don't even know where it is. They're very far away. So how does that help? Also, their manufacture rates were double. So we still would have been paying the same amount. On top of that, it would have taken 2 or 3 times as long. So what a waste of time. You think you're getting 50% off, you're getting some grant money, but it turns out just a waste of time, like. So what was the point of that? We had one where we had an opportunity for a grant from the ISED. So Innovation for, or Center of Innovation for Science and Economic Development, or something like that. So they had a grant available to us, and we thought, we're going to apply for these grants because of what we're doing. Like, we're in AI, we're at the forefront, and this is very different in the United States, by the way. This kind of stuff happens in the United States, it's coming to you because they move very quickly. Up here, it's a different story. So unlock this thing, and it's like, okay, this money is available for you, but first you got to go through this like 12-step program and all this coaching and everything else. Then you meet up with this coach, and they're like, you have to rewrite all your documents because it needs to include this, 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 this. And we're like, the documents only live on our computer. Nobody actually even reads any of our white pages. Like, why would we rewrite all that stuff? Well, it's important that you have community involvement, and it's important that you have this and that and the other thing. We're not doing all that. We're not doing all that just to get to the end of the road of all this. And then it's still not there for whatever stupid reason. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff. It just grinds you down and slows you down. Unfortunately, a lot of those tanks and accelerators and everything else, not all of it, but what happens is, and this is a criticism, but the government will say, we are spending $900 million on AI. And then they go and they create these incubators or accelerators or whatever. They fill them up with government employees, and they're doing a little bit of outreach and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but nothing is actually going towards the innovation and development. It's this kind of in-house network. Yeah, Lou says there are a lot of leeches on businesses. Yeah, we have found that too. So especially on LinkedIn, I've noticed my LinkedIn account, you get a lot of people that are like, hey, I write copy for this or that, and I noticed that blah, blah, blah. There is a lot of that, if you get caught up, those ones aren't so bad, but when you get into stuff like legal, insurance, like stuff you actually need, and they're upselling and you don't recognize it as an upsell, it can waste your time. Matchless Media says, thanks, Josh. I source a few times a week and have developed a lot of relationships, but the majority of them are storage unit sellers, so it's not consistent. I'm hoping to find a supplier. I will keep at it. I also sell lives, so between that and List Easier, it's hard to find enough each day at the swap meets. Yeah, you sound like you're ready for a massive deal, like 50,000 units or something like that, or 100,000 units. Maybe scale up what you're looking for, if possible. Like, shoot for the stars on these deals. They are out there. They are definitely out there. I think we have a few lines at all times, on big deals. Right now we're good, probably almost till Christmas, but same with SBA, Small Business Association. Is that what that stands for? Small Business Associations. Yeah. I think of them as like the downtown district, if that's what that stands for. Small Business Administration?
Yeah, it's like their big small business loan thing. Yeah.
Oh, is it down in the States? Okay. That's a waste of time. They'll take your house?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. Even VCs, like, we haven't played around too much with VCs. I know people who have taken VC money. You got to be very careful there because they are truly sharks. They write the deals, they insert themselves on the cap table, they put exclusions, they write in things like they get bonds and this and that later on. And at the end of the day, they are forcing you to do what they want you to do as opposed to what might be best for your business. So they're preparing the business for a sale, not necessarily for profitability or sustainability or long-term growth. So even them, watch. Lou says, don't pass up the manufacturers to Matchless. That is, 100%. 100%. Replenishable new products from the manufacturers. He says, yes, sir. Would love to go that route. Should I cold outreach via email? No, go there. Yeah, visit or telephone. Go there. You want to sell Red Bull? Call the number on the can. You want to sell iPhones? Call the number on the battery or whatever. You want to sell microphones? Call the number on the microphone. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. When I was, I think, 20 years old, you can drink in Canada at 19, but when I was 20, one time I bought a case of beer and one of the bottles was empty inside the beer. So I called and I was like, one of these bottles is empty. I called the number on the thing. I'm like, one of these bottles is empty. And they're like, this doesn't work anymore, by the way. They're like, oh, okay. We'll give you a coupon for a free case. And I was like, oh, wait a second. What if I call them all? Is this going to work? So at like 19 or 20 years old, that was like I found the glitch in the matrix. But you'll be surprised just by contacting them, because most people don't do it. And just be like, hey, I am a distributor. I'm looking to distribute this product. Who do I talk to? And they'll say, okay, talk to this department, or they'll patch you through. And they'll say, okay, how many units do you sell? What do you this and that? And once you get talking to them, you'd be surprised. Just stuff opens up. It opens up. JR Rodeffer says, good afternoon, y'all, from North Carolina. Good to see you, JR. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Matchless, just call. Just call. FOSology. Message retracted. Sure thing. Good luck, match. M. Cole says, Goodwill Bins Outlet is the cheapest place to source bulk. Is it? Are you sure about that, M. Cole? Goodwill Bins is the cheapest place to source bulk, but it can be backbreaking and the annoying teenage kids piss me off, but it's worth it for 4-hour stints a few times a week. So that's like a shopping cart or two, maybe. I mean, it depends where you are, I'm sure, and I get it. But sometimes you can just make a phone call and have a truck delivered, like a truckload of stuff delivered. When people start knowing that you're buying, they start contacting you with stuff like, hey, how about these shirts? How about this? How about that? Well, how about this if you get that and that and that as well? And it will come to the point where it's coming to you. Matchless says, I'm really working to get past the uncertainty of going to thrift yard sales. Yeah, that at some point, if you want to scale, has to end. That's for funsies. But that, if you want to scale, FOsology says, how many users does the List Easier app have? How is that project going? It's more than a project. It's a huge business. It has, I think, 2 large enterprise clients and maybe 5,000 users. I don't know the numbers exactly. Lag says, I love a nice cap table. But that gets really, if you're just a founder, a small founder, all that stuff gets super muddled. Like, I don't know. There's ways of structuring the cap table and protecting certain interests. There are, if you read some of the stories that have happened over the years, the people who didn't understand how to structure their cap tables, they're selling companies for hundreds of millions of dollars and walking away with like 500 grand or something because they edged themselves out of the cap table through all these raises and these doubling and all this other stuff. That, that is a lot of work, and I'm not knocking it because you can scale companies very quickly, but we had outreach from a few early on. Now I haven't heard from any VCs, but there's a fly in here. But early on, we had outreach from, I think, Techstars. Techstars is a VC, right? Have you heard of Tech? I think so. It's a small one. Chase's sister works for them, I think. But they reached out to us. That was like a $10,000 check for 20% of the company. We were like, do that in a few days. I don't think that sounds right. Did you find a mouse in the bottle, A? Did you find a mouse in the bottle, A? Michigan. Michiana Picker. Are you half Michigan, half Indiana? Michiana Picker says, good morning, y'all. Good to see you, Michiana Picker. Welcome. Scott says, eBay customers are getting dumber. Just asked if the CD was included or just a case. Tell them it's only half the case. Matchless says, thanks, I appreciate it. No problem at all. Scott, didn't you explicitly say that? Adam says, not everyone in North Carolina speaks that way, Josh. I always think, and no offense to Scott or anyone, or maybe you can take offense if you want, but I remember I was young, 21 years old maybe, and went on a road trip to New Orleans. And we couldn't stay in New Orleans. It was too expensive. I was young. So we stayed in a place called Slidell, Louisiana. And I could not, at the time, I probably could now, I could not understand what people were saying. I could not. I was at a Waffle House and I could not understand what the waitress was saying. So I always just think of that time. She's like, y'all want po' boy sandwich? Like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm from Canada. And she didn't understand what I'm saying. She said, sounds like you're saying tickety tack, tickety tack. It was the most bizarre experience. It was really crazy. Like, I'm sorry, are you speaking English? Remember us when List Easier goes public. I don't know. It's going to be probably not a thing, Lag, but I will always remember you guys as flies driving up the wall. Howdy, folks. Hope all is well with everyone. Good to see you, Reventure Goods. Welcome, welcome. Luke Coin says, Josh, do you know about the current glitch with the 3 to 5 pound USPS packages? Postage is less. I heard Todd mention that he's taking like 8 ounce packages and then packing it with weight to get it up over 3 pounds. I don't know what to say. I don't know much about that, but that's ridiculous. I think he said something like a 10 pound package or a 10 ounce package is more expensive than a 4 pound package. I don't really know. Whatever they want. Close to the Michigan-Indiana border. I got you. Landshark Picker said, did you ask her how she had been? How she had been? Who had been? Who had been? Craig. Who had been? All diamonds are closed tonight. Games are canceled. Right on. I have been using and saving a lot. What are you guys talking about? It's not a glitch. USPS. Oh, you have. Okay, I got you. Yeah. It's not a glitch. USPS running a test, lowering 3 to 5 pound packages temporarily. So I don't get it. They jack the rates up and they pull it down. Canada posted that as well. I think at the peak, Canada Post packages were at like $23 for a standard rate box, and that's down to $7 or $8 now. So Lou says, bearded, I am loving it. I am loving it. Okay, everyone. I apologize for today. My brain is somewhere else. But I will be back tomorrow, whether I'm like this or not. I appreciate absolutely every single one of you. And we will see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.